Hello Year 8. This is the work for your second lesson. Now, first of all, we've been looking at data and information. Now, some of you might have completed the first couple of slides already. If you have done, just continue on and make sure your answers are correct, and the next set of work will appear at the end of this video. Now, there's a difference between data and information. Data are just single pieces of data, like Grace, 13, Sophie and female. They mean nothing in context. Information is something that we can find where data is linked together to make it more meaningful, such as Sophie is a scientist or Grace is female. Brown hair is just data because it is not linked to an individual. Now, social media uses information to help target data and adverts at us. So, for example, if we know Sophie is a scientist, then we might send her adverts about buying new microscopes or science kits if she's a younger girl. So task number 1, what I want you to do is I want you to move these boxes under the correct headings. So grab hold of the box and move it under each of these. Now remember, this is in your student workbook, which you'll find in Google Classroom. When you're in Google Classroom, remember you're looking for this one here which says Student Workbook. You'll then see your workbook just here. Click on that link and it will open for you, looking a little bit like this. Now once you've done that, I want you to think about social media data. What do you think social media holds about us? So we've got name, we've got age. I've put those in for you already. If you can pause the video and try and complete the first 2 slides, and then I'll carry on. Okay, so if you're listening now, you should have completed the first 2 slides. If you haven't, pause the video, go back and complete those. Now, social media actually stores a lot of data about us. It stores our search history. That's everything that we have searched for. So you might have got one of those answers. It also stores information about our location sometimes. So if you think about Snapchat, sometimes it stores information about our location. When we're searching on Google Maps, it also uses our location as well. It might save our username. It might save our passwords so that we can get in. It might save some of our preferences, so some of our interests, so that data can be targeted. Have a think about what else you could add. And then if you're in one of the top sets, I want you to think about why do they think they collect this data about us? So what is the difference between data and information? I want you to try now and give me a definition in here using the keywords that you can see, and then I'll show you an answer in a second. So please pause the video and try and give me that answer. The perfect answer would be data are the facts and figures stored, whereas information is data that has been processed and has some context. Go and update your definition, please, if you've not got that, and you might want to listen back to that definition to help you upgrade this answer. Now, remember to think about that. Our data was just pieces of data and information, so facts and figures, whereas information had some context, such as Grace is female. Now, the next thing I want you to do is think about what is social engineering. I've given you a long paragraph here, and what I want you to do is to reduce this task. That means I want you to delete some of the keywords that are included in this definition. Pause the video, please, now, and then try and reduce this definition. Okay, let's have a look at an answer. Let's see what I might have deleted. Social engineering is a set of techniques used by criminals and cyber criminals. Well, we could just say cyber criminals to make it really succinct. And we can get rid of that part as well. So it says, social engineering is a set of techniques used by cyber criminals to deceive individuals online. into handing over information that they can use for fraudulent purposes. Okay, that's a really good definition for the start. This could be done through signing up to online services or emails. Okay, I think that's quite good. Let's try and keep that part. Now, I think that is our perfect definition. So I think if you've got that, you've got a perfect definition. So we've thought about social engineering. Here are some examples. On the next 3 slides, I have given you 3 different examples of social engineering. What I want you to do is decide whether you would trust it or not trust this email or text or whatever it might be. If you think you trust it, delete the do not trust button so that I can see trust. If you think you do not trust it, delete the trust so that I can see which one you think and you believe in. But then I want you to explain why. What is giving it away about these different 3 options that you might think that you trust it or do not trust it? Once you've done that, you've finished this week's work and you can submit that to me. Okay, you don't need to click submit on here because remember that we're going to continue working on this next week and there are other lessons down here. So you don't need to actually click submit. I'll go through and have a look at those for you. If you do have any questions, please email me.